Hi there! Today in this video we're going to make lots of textures and backgrounds using one single ingredient, which is coffee. And you can use these textures in the background for your painting, thank you notes, bookmarks and greeting cards, and the list goes on. Watch this video till the end to see the final results. Also, if you're watching me for the first time, I'm Ojal and here on this channel, I explore and show you different techniques and art styles that can be helpful for you. Similarly, in today's video, I'm going to tell you how you can add coffee flavor to your artwork. Add some coffee flavor. And if you're a coffee lover like me, I bet you're going to love it. And now without any further ado, let's get started. Over here I'm using 2 cups of water. So this one contains only 1 tablespoon of coffee mixed with water, and this one contains 2.5 or 3 tablespoons of coffee. And for this activity I'm using usual classic coffee. So for the first pattern I will just cover the complete area with a light color coffee shade. Coffee dries very quickly, so what you can do is you can keep on adding some more coffee to the paper. Now I'll take a normal table salt and I'll sprinkle over the coffee area. Now for the second pattern, again cover your paper with the coffee. Now for this activity I'm using cellophane wrap and I've cut it into 2 pieces so that I can easily adjust it accordingly. You can also add some dark coffee into the areas where you want the area to look darker in shade. And let it dry. Now for the third pattern, I again cover the whole paper with the light coffee. And here I have vermicelli and I'll just sprinkle some vermicelli on top of it. If in case your vermicelli is not getting stick to the paper, then you can add some little more dark color coffee and then sprinkle over it. It will also help you to create a nice darker shade around the vermicelli after it dries. Now for the fourth pattern, I'll be using the dry brush. It's a completely dry brush. I'll dip my brush just a little bit in the dark shade and I'll just start making horizontal lines with it. Keep on adding more layers on top of it if you're not satisfied with the first one. And also around the corners. For the fifth pattern, again I will cover the area completely with light coffee shade. Now start sprinkling some coffee directly onto the paper, especially around the corners. I'll again splatter some coffee so that my coffee sticks nicely to the paper to create a nice darker shade. Now for the sixth pattern, I am making some round circles of different sizes using the mop brush. I make my circles using this technique only whenever I need to make round circles freehand. And if you're not able to do this, you can just normally draw circles with a pencil, and then you can fill in the area with the coffee. Now after my first layer is all dry up, I am making more circles in between the spaces. Here I am adding extra coffee to the circles to make them look a little darker in shade. Now here for the seventh pattern, I am using a round sponge, and here you have to be very careful while dipping your sponge into the coffee because it absorbs very quickly, and slowly start dabbing it onto the paper. And the reason that I'm using this foamy sponge is because that it creates a nice leather, a nice form of coffee. And after a while you'll start seeing that this form is creating such a nice thick form in the shape of circles, and this is exactly what I wanted. And for this pattern, I am using small pieces of this thick thread. Place them in a random curvy shape, and do not forget to apply this step where I am just dabbing the dark color coffee to paste the thick thread onto the paper. Watch this video till the end because you're gonna see some really magical texture using this one. Now for this texture, I'm applying coffee only on the upper part and the bottom part of the paper, and using this jute mesh, I'll dab it on the wet area and start creating the texture. You can also apply some dark coffee directly to the jute mesh and start dabbing it on the paper. And for this type of textures, you actually need to make a little bit of effort, have some patience, and just keep on dabbing. And if you want to make your corners even more darker, you can just sprinkle some coffee around the corners and keep dabbing until you get the desired results. And here comes the last texture or the background. And this type of textures goes really well with calligraphy. And that's it. Here are the final result, guys. I'll show you one by one. This is the one with the salt, and this is the one with vermicelli, and I'm really liking this one. And I'm planning to do a portrait on this one. This one here is giving a nice rough wood texture. And here is the one that I made using that jute mesh. And this is the one where I just sprinkle coffee on the corners. And I'm really liking this glossy finish on top of it. That looks rusty. And here's the one made using the round sponge. I really like these circles. Ooh, and in this one, these circles, these light and dark circles are giving like a really nice depth. And here comes my favorite one. This is literally the best one and I'm really liking it. Just look at the texture of those strings that we pasted on the paper. Wow. And here's the one with the cellophane wrap. It's still a little damp right now, but I don't think it will make a difference after it dries up. So yeah. And the final one with the leaves. Now that you've seen all the patterns that I've made, I hope you'll like it, and there are plenty of patterns that you can make using this simple ingredient. It is available at everybody's place, and in case you're planning to make something like this, I'm just curious to know, you can tag me in your post or you can comment down your ideas and I would just love to see them. Now pick up your paintbrushes and some coffee, admire your artworks. I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself and peace.